Hey, what is up, everybody? Zero Fats here, aka Cam Jennings, coming at you on behalf of the Zero Fats Returns YouTube channel and AdventuresOnTheRiver.com. Guys, got a very special presentation for you today. I want to start talking to you about emails that convert. This is the first part of my emails that convert series. I want to really get into it with you guys about how to write emails that make money and everything like that. It's great stuff, and if you're going to do internet marketing and you're going to sell stuff online, this is critical. It's absolutely critical. So without further ado, let's get into emails that convert part 1, getting the open. Okay, here's what we're going to learn about today, guys. We're going to learn about how to get someone to open your emails without false expectations. And we're going to get someone to look forward to opening your emails. That's actually like when they see you have written an email to them in their inbox, they want to open that thing. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about today. Right? What you're looking at here is an inbox. All right, this is just one of my inboxes. As you can see, it's got a ton of emails in it. A lot of them are marketing emails. And I want you to think about what's the first thing that you notice when you're looking at an inbox. And I can tell you guys, whatever it is for you, I can tell you for many, many people, when they open their true inboxes, the first thing they notice is right here, right over here. They notice who it's from first. Okay? This is the first thing they notice, who the email is from. The second thing they notice is what's in the subject line. But the very first thing they notice, and it's super critical, is who the email is from, right? Now, so if you're going to do email marketing and you're going to try to sell things via email, you can't ignore this fact of, hey, I'm sending the email. It's important that they actually want to open the email because it's from me. Can't ignore that fact, all right? So, from who? Okay, who the email is from is critical. It is a major deciding factor into whether or not your email is opened. All right, that's just the way it is. Believe it, don't believe it. I'm telling you the truth. Okay, if they recognize that name, sometimes the subject line of the email, it matters less, right? Like I said, if you win at this, the subject line is less important. I'm not saying you don't want to try on the subject lines. I'm just saying you get more of a free pass if they like who the email is from. It might sound like common sense to you guys, but you know what? When you start trying to do something you're not used to doing, like write an email that sells something, a lot of times you just tend to follow these cookie cutter patterns, these paint by number systems, and all common sense and logic goes out the window because you're dealing with something you don't understand. Okay? But the fact of the matter is the subject line is less important if they care about who the email is from. All right, people's inboxes are flooded with marketers who think they need to mail every day to stay relevant. That's not so. It's just not true. I've tested it both ways. I've mailed every single day, then I've given it like a week off or so, okay? And then I've mailed. And I got higher response when I took like a week off and then I mailed. I believe the reason this is happening is because people are looking for my emails, okay? So take it how you want to take it. That's what I believe. It's happened to me. I live it. Okay. How do you do it? How do you get them to care about your name in their inbox? Okay, you do it with consistent publishing and branding. All right. You need to consistently provide cool information, valuable information. It doesn't have to be groundbreaking. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Okay. But you need to, provide, good information, valuable information, actionable information, right? And you need to brand the hell out of it. Your name needs to be all over it. You need to talk about yourself, basically. You need to wrap a little story of yourself in every single little piece of content you're publishing out there. And by doing it, by putting that bit of style and that bit of uniqueness to it, you're going to be branding yourself, right? So if the people are entertained by your content, and they're actually learning something with your content and it's actionable, these are the kinds of things that are going to make them look for your emails in their inbox because they associate you with something entertaining. They associate you with something valuable. Okay? So that's how you do that. That's not done overnight. It takes practice and it takes a little bit of time. Just saying. This is kind of like your long-term strategy. This is what I'm talking about right now. From who is your long-term strategy, okay? Ultimately, you want them to care about who their emails are coming from. To get there, you're going to put in a little bit of work, okay? You're going to have to publish consistently on a platform that they already visit. All right, that's just the way it is. We won't get into that anymore, but just keep it in mind. Long-term strategy is to make them care about who the email is from. Okay, now let's talk about subject lines. This is the other part of the email. Okay, how to stand out in an ocean of subject lines and marketers out there who want to sell things to people. I'm going to talk to you guys about 5 different strategies for subject lines in an email that will get you the open on your email, and it will improve your clicks, it will improve your sales. That's just the way it is. These are 5 that have worked for me very well. I want to share them with you today, right? First one is word disruption. All right, this is the idea that you're going to be using a word that people's eyes are not used to seeing, right? Here's an example. No more cacorophobia. I can't even pronounce that word. No more cacorophobia for Jim Smith. That is a strange word. And what that means is fear no more, I believe. No more fear. I think it's the alleviation of fear. To get rid of your fear is what it basically means. So no more of this for Jim Smith. And that basically is a subject line that is centered around that one word that nobody knows what it means, right? It's word disruption. People have never seen that word. A lot of people have never seen that word. They're not very familiar with that word, and their curiosity is going to cause them to open up the email, okay? It's word disruption. Now, that's an extreme case. You don't have to go that extreme. Okay, but the fact is, if you can use a word in an email subject line that people are not used to seeing, you're going to create word disruption, and that is going to cause them to pay attention, whereas otherwise they wouldn't really be paying attention. They'd be on cruise control, skimming through emails that just all look like the same crap. But using a little bit of word disruption and presenting them with a word that they're not used to seeing is going to like kind of shake them awake a little bit, okay? It's going to shake them awake a little bit, and it's going to make them open up. But here's the other part of that. If you notice this subject line, no more cacorophobia for Jim Smith, it's not false. When they open that email up, I can talk about how Jim Smith got rid of his fear by taking a shot with this kind of thing, with this kind of product or this whatever. Basically, I'm going to tell them what that word means in my email, and I'm going to talk to them about how it relates to whatever I'm trying to promote, whether it's a blog post or whether it's a product, right? I'm going to link it all together. So it's not going to be like it was just some cheap subject line that had nothing to do with what I was trying to sell or promote, and I just did it to get them to click on my stuff. Because the thing is, you can't make people feel like they've been tricked. If you make people feel like they've been tricked, you lose their trust. And if you lose their trust, you lose their sale. That's just the way it is. You need them to trust you more and more, not less and less and less. So you can't use dumb tricks on them in the subject line. That being said, word disruption is a great way to get someone to pay attention to your subject line. You just can't use it as a trick. Okay, hope that makes sense. That's word disruption, and that's number 1 on my subject lines that get people to open your email. Okay, the next one's poetic alliteration, right? This is using words that start with the same letter to give your subject line a poetic and rhythmic feel, right? Here's an example. From dry as a desert to swimming in sails, right? That's a subject line. From dry as a desert to swimming in sails. Dry and desert, they both start with a D. Swimming and sails, they both start with an S. Now, one other thing, just a side note here, if you think about it, we're using a little bit of word disruption in this subject line as well. You don't usually see, desert and swimming in like a subject line for marketing. You just see sales all the time, but you don't see swimming all the time, and you don't see desert all the time. Those are words that people aren't used to seeing, and it's going to shake them awake a little bit. The poetic alliteration is going to make your subject line sound cool. Okay, Poetic alliteration is very cool and it's powerful. Anyways, that's number 2. Okay, number 3, suggestion of teaching. Okay, this is where you take the subject line, and it's like the title of a blog article, right? A blog article that would teach the reader something. Here's an example. Here's how to get twice the traffic today. I mean, you could even take that today and put it in all caps, right? So it's emphasized. Here's how to get twice the traffic today, right? You could do it however you want to do it. You could end it with an ellipsis, right? So it's like not concluded. There's not closure to the subject line. You might see ellipses a lot when people send you emails in their subject lines. And the reason is an ellipsis implies that there's more that's going to happen. There's no closure to that subject line, so people click on it to get their closure, right? But anyways, suggestion of teaching is very powerful, but it's only powerful if you're targeting the right people. I have to know that my email list gives a crap about traffic. And if I know they really care about traffic, then that's a subject line that's really going to work. Now, it's important that when they open it up, you deliver. Okay? You don't just tell them about a product that's going to teach them to get. You don't just tell them about a product that's going to teach them to get twice the traffic. You actually give them something in the email, right? You teach them something. Now, in later parts of this series, this email series, I'm going to teach you about what to write in there, okay? But for now, we're just worried about getting the open, right? Now, suggestion of teaching is a very powerful way to get the open. Like I said, you have to have a targeted market for it to work well, okay? Next, suggestive innuendo, okay? Now, this is one that you have to be careful with because you don't want to make your prospects, you don't want to make your list feel like you're tricking them. So it's important that you have some kind of story, that you're ready to bring some kind of story that makes sense and that ties in to what your email is about, okay? But suggestive innuendo is using words in the title that suggest something dramatic, gossipy, or sexual, okay? People are interested in these things. They have like an unconscious curiosity for these kinds of things. Even if it doesn't really matter to them as far as like consciously what they're trying to do and the goals they're trying to achieve, unconsciously we're all human and we're interested in drama and gossip and sexual type stuff. We're all interested in that kind of stuff on an unconscious level. Okay, we're all human. So you can use that psychology, and you can put it in your subject line. You're going to get the open. Like I said before, you can't trick people. It needs to tie in somehow, so you got to bring it when they open. Okay. Here's an idea. Here's an example. She said if I didn't make money on this, she was done. Right? She said if I didn't make money on this, she was done. Now, that's perfect. They open it up. It insinuates that there's some kind of marital problem or some kind of relationship problem. That's going to interest a lot of people. People want to read about that stuff. It sounds like you might think that they don't, but trust me, they do. People are always interested in bad news for some reason, and that's just the way it is. So they'll open it, and when they open it, you got to bring it with the email, right? You got to have some kind of story, and it needs to kind of like transition into some kind of lesson, and it needs to transition into some kind of pitch, right? But this is a great subject line to get people to open the email. It's suggestive innuendo, and you can use it to get opens. Like I said, when they open, you got to bring it. Okay, results-based. This is my last one. This is number 5, and results-based is basically where you give your results or someone else's results in the subject line. Shock and awe results, right? You're competing with thousands of other marketers in this person's inbox. A shock and awe result can have a dramatic effect and will increase your open rate. Okay, so I know a lot of you guys might be thinking, well, dude, I'm brand new. I don't know how to write emails. I don't have any results. Great. I'm affiliating with a product that I've never even tried. I mean, I got a review copy and I looked through it, but I've never tried these methods and examples. I'm trying to promote something I've never actually tried myself. Okay, that's okay. You can borrow shock and awe results. If you're affiliating with a product, many times you want to borrow the shock and awe results from that product creator. You want to check out a sales page, you want to check out a sales material, you want to figure out about him and his story. Most marketers have a story. Most marketers have leveraged their story and used their story to sell their products and to brand themselves. Okay, so you need to find out about that marketer's story a little bit. You need to figure out what kind of results he's got on his product, and then you're going to talk about that in the email. But those shock and awe results you can put in the title of the email. Okay, here's an example. The email that made me $300 in 15 minutes. Boom. Okay, that's going to pique someone's curiosity. It's results-based. It's a results-based title. And what this results-based title is insinuating is that if they read this email, they're going to learn how to make $300 in 15 minutes by reading my email and trying to copy it or imitate it, right? That's why everyone's going to open the email, because they're curious about how I did it so that they can do it. Okay? Now this doesn't have to say me. This could say the email that made Jim Smith $300 in 15 minutes. That could be something I learned from his sales page. Okay? So you can borrow results as long as the results are true and as long as you're honest about it. Don't borrow results and then say you did it. Okay? Because that's stupid. All you're going to do is destroy your credibility with your people. Okay? But there's nothing wrong with conveying the story. Okay? Hey, Sarah Jones made $1,000 in 1 hour using this method. It was awesome, right? You're borrowing results. And honestly, it doesn't matter if you did it or someone else did it. The story is still the story. The story can still be conveyed, and it still has a lot of impact on people. Okay? So that's results-based. That's my fifth and final strategy for subject lines that work really, really well. There are many others, you guys, but these 5 I found to be really potent, really effective, and I think they can help you immediately. Okay? Let's wrap it up real quick. Word disruption, poetic alliteration, suggestion of teaching, suggestive innuendo, and results-based subject lines get results. That's the bottom line. Okay? All that being said, you guys, nothing takes the place of a name in someone's inbox that someone is interested in. Okay? Nothing takes the place of you positioning yourself in a niche or space and elevating yourself in that niche or space to the point where when people see your name in their inbox, they open it just because it's you. Nothing takes the place of that. Okay? So that should be your long-term strategy, to try to make your name important in people's inbox. Okay? But like for right now, to get results today, use these strategies on subject lines. They can help you. They're very powerful. Okay? Anyways, I just want to say thanks to everybody for watching. Check out my website for more cool stuff like this, adventuresontheriver.com. That's my ugly mug right there. I'm Cam Jennings. This is sponsored today by adventuresontheriver.com. I appreciate you all watching this. I'm not sure where the rest of this series is going to go. I'm pretty sure that the rest of this emails that convert series is going to go inside adventuresontheriver.com. Okay, I can't put the whole series right here on YouTube for free. It's too much valuable information. I just can't justify putting it all here out for free. Okay, but that being said, adventuresontheriver.com right now is very cheap. It's only $5 a month, so definitely get in and learn this stuff, man. I'll be coming out pretty soon with some more in this series on emails that convert. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. If you like this video, please like, please share, please subscribe. I'll see you guys in the members area at adventuresontheriver.com. Peace.